Hi again, it's Mayhem. Thanks for joining me today. You might have heard this quote from Socrates. If I am wise, it is because I know that I know nothing. But what does it mean? Is it true? And if so, how can you use it? Understanding this quote is easier when you think about what it implies. You're only as dumb as what you think you know. Because as you know, if you watched my video, How to Think Like a Crab, intelligence is two things, curiosity and creativity. And curiosity ends once we know what something is, or at least, once we think we do. See, we can only be curious about things we do not yet understand, because curiosity is a desire for understanding. Another Greek philosopher, Aristotle, coined the phrase, "Nature abhors a vacuum," remarking on the phenomenon in physics where an empty space is almost immediately filled. A vacuum with no molecules will be filled up by them the instant they have an entry point. And in thermodynamics, a space that is cold, which is simply the absence of heat where molecules move more slowly, will be filled up automatically by the presence of heat, molecules moving quickly, until they approach thermodynamic equilibrium. The same is true of your mind. When you become aware of something you don't understand, an absence of knowledge, it creates the desire to understand that thing, which is called curiosity and, by definition, comprises 50% of what intelligence is. But the key here is you must first become aware of what you don't know. This poses a tricky question. How can you know what you don't know? Isn't that a paradox? In fact, Plato posed this question in his work, The Meno, which features his teacher Socrates, the same guy who figured out that he knows nothing, posing this puzzle. You can't try to find out about something you know about, because you know about it, in which case there's no point trying to find out about it. And you can't try to find out about something you don't know about either, because then you don't even know what it is you're trying to find out about. That does seem like quite the conundrum. But the key is starting with what you think you know, and realizing you don't even know that, to know that you know nothing. Why would that help? Because we walk around in the world interacting with billions of things and concepts all day long, and we think that we know what these things are, because we've experienced them before, and thus we have moved them from the realm of the unknown into the realm of the known. We have included these things in our map, in our minds. And now when we see them, we don't see them. We see the idea we have constructed of what they are. Simplified, objectified into one point of data. An apple is one thing, and if you've seen one, you've seen them all. Because the next time you see an apple, you don't see that apple. You see the idea apple inside your mind, low grade, low resolution, simplified, and utterly uninteresting. The antidote to curiosity. And the bigger the concept is, the more information gets lost when we reduce it down to a term that we think we know, but we really only recognize. We know many things, but that doesn't mean we understand them, not in the slightest. All that means is that we have categorized them as something that it is not threatening to not understand. Our map of the world is only as detailed as we need to bumble through our daily lives, and as a result, it ends up looking just as ridiculous as this one. The point is, we don't actually understand the things we think we do. Which brings me to one of the best lines from one of the best lectures, from one of the best lecturers who ever lived. This quote from All About Shamanism by Terence McKenna.
We believe in these bizarre notions like consensus, like uniformity of phenomena, predictability, probability. I mean, everyone here believes in probability. Who here could explain it to the satisfaction of anyone? I mean, we are adrift and embedded in a matrix of unexamined linguistic excuses for avoiding looking at how weird it is.
So, if the things we think we know are really excuses for not looking at them, the solution would be to actually look at them, to find out how weird they actually are. Sounds cool, but how do you do that? For starters, by asking what I call the smartest dumb question. But that's a story for another video. Until next time, this has been Professor Hemsdotter. Thanks for watching. Fare thee well. Love, Mayhem.